again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mongfen Edward, and my channel name is Agriculture World Happiness, which simply means agriculture is the happiness to everyone on the world. So guys, if you are new to this channel, please thank you so much. Thank you for coming, and let's consider subscribing. And for my user subscribers, please thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for always following me and supporting me to see that this channel grows. And for those of you who are watching every day, guys, please thank you so much for watching, and thank you for also following it. And please let's please consider subscribing. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to make a quality corn or maize silage in Denmark. So guys, the first thing we normally do here is we ensure the silo is so clean. And how do we clean it? We clean it just like, for us, since it's already the silo which is already just permanently constructed, so you use the simple machines just for cleaning around to see that you remove the remains of the previous seasons. And the other thing is getting the plastics actually on the walls. And these plastics actually we put on all the sides of the wall, which means here we normally use 3 sides, and one side like it acts as the entrance and then the exit. For example, when you are bringing the feeds or you are coming to get the feeds and taking to the cows. So here we now raise the plastics. This plastic actually is the one we have here right now is 50 meters by 6 meters, which means it is 50 meters long, but the silo itself is not up to 50 meters, which means there's a bonus of around 4 meters. This one just acts like, for example, it protects the maize. So which means you don't need we don't need a plastic which is shorter than, again, or which is shorter or equal to the size of the silo. So that's why we always get the one which is 50 meters, which means we have a bonus of around 4 meters. For example, here when you're going to be covering or you're just putting on the wall, you might find that some parts are folded, so that 4 meter also will compensate properly. And then after putting all your the maize corn silage, then it's going to actually cover it very well, and to see that the other side the bonus remains. So we put the plastics on all the walls. Actually, we're going to put it all the way from down up to the other side. And then after that, what we normally do, we put some tires just temporarily, which means those tires which you are going to see which you are going to see here. That's like after putting these plastics, when you completely raise it up. After raising it up, so the whole thing, why we are putting the plastics on the wall, like the one you've seen the other side, that is the one we have just put. Why do we put it the plastics, or like why do we put it on the wall? As I told you earlier on, it is 50 by 6 meters, which means the height itself is going to be having 6 meters, and then the other the length will be 50 meters. So why are we putting this? It's simply, it just avoids the direct like rain, direct contact with the rain. Because sometimes if the rain passes into your silage or your feed, it actually is going to cause a big loss to you and to the farm. So that is the main thing why we're avoiding it. As I told you, these plastics are on all the sides. You can even see the other side is plastic, and all the 3 sides actually have plastic. So those tires you're just seeing there, those the tires which you are just seeing there, those ones are just helping us to avoid to protect it from being blown by the wind. Because sometimes here we really have some like a wind which comes so fast, so you can hear like overspilling wind. So sometimes these tires, they help us so much since they are heavy, so they help us such that the plastics on the walls do not fly. Even in time T, you are going to see, like when we're almost finished, when we finish, you are going to see that those plastics also at the same time, the plastics and the screens, those stones which we pack in the plastic, we are going to put them on top. So just simply it helps us. So here, the first load, what we did is, now what we have now done here is to remove all the plastics away. Now the first load, we have decided to put it on the wall. So this is another load. So this load, actually, this is now the second load, which we have just seen here. And then this one helps us, like for it, we just already, the first one we already placed it on the wall. So this one now is now like just simply they are going to start to scatter it around, and then at the same time compressing, which means our step 2 here, like before all these things, after putting the plastic, was chopping and feeding, which is being done, because it's just a combined harvest actually, which is feeding all these things. So you can see the feed alone, it's really soft, and you can see the particles, the way they have chopped it. It's not long, it's just like, it's in a good size actually, that the cow can easily eat, and for the feed mixture to easily to chop it and then mix it. See that you find some fine food, which is good actually for cows' health. Not long, and then here the cow is easily, like, it's easier for the cow to feed on such than getting something which is very long with bigger particles, which makes it actually hard. Still, after some time, the cows can eat it, and then you see you see the particles which were longer, which were not chopped enough. So you will see those particles, even the cow leaves it behind. Because here what we do, the first maize which comes like this, since the maize, they were not planted on the same day. So what we did is we first bring the one which is dry, and then not too dry, and again not too wet, because this one you have to put it down. It just not being a big field, you cannot plant all of it one day. So which means to avoid all those, you have to plant them in shifts. So this is the first one. Why do we bring the one which is dry, which is not too wet first? Just it's because we want it to be down, such that on top it's now easier for us to put the wet one, which is not too wet again, just which helps us for total compaction. So here, the first thing we do is we normally we first scatter it around through the silo. So after scattering it in the whole silo, then the machine keeps on compressing it. And how is the compressing done? This compressing is just done like after something like 10 centimeters, which means they scatter it like 10 centimeters. Then from there they have to compress it. And someone will ask me why is it that they are compressing after 10 centimeters? Just like 10 centimeters only helps us for total compaction, and you see that we eliminate air totally throughout the process. And the air, because the air actually, when you keep on compressing it like this, it's going to be like you are going to compress it properly to see that the air leaves. Air doesn't, you don't find any air in the silage particles, because the reason why we are eliminating the air out of the silage particle is actually to the air may also lead to spoilage, or it may lead to loss of nutrients. Because when you don't press it very well, or when you don't compact it very well, or when even if you first heap everything, which means if you heap all of it at once, it's going to be again very hard for this compressor, for this machine to compress it. Because even you find like you are going to leave air this silage, which means now your silage will not stay for long. For example, here the silage can take up to sometimes even it takes up to around 2 years. The silage is still here in the silo. Because why is it taking like 2 years? It takes 2 years just simply because it has been totally compacted. And secondly, we have not allowed we have not left any air into it. And the other thing is they are already like they have been protected, so it's just like even if you are moving, you don't have any But for the other one, which is in the pit, going to follow don't cause you to open, and then at the same time have to cover it. But this is again technique. But when you are kama have a silo, which is just of a standard, or you construct a wall, like 3-sided wall, you just construct all the 3 sides. Then you down on the floor, you put you cement it very well. So if you don't cement it, you just the concrete is enough. Which is here, this is not cementing. For example, this silage, the silos here, these ones are just the concrete actually. You have just put the concrete down, then you can have even. So once you have those there on the pit, the one that now will come with the pit now is one. Once you have opened it, cover it back, and again once the rain goes and enters here, that's going to rain over. So now you have to maybe either, if you don't cover it, or if you don't cover it completely with like by use of soil, which you put again after covering the plastic, after putting the plastic, you have to hide the soil back so that the rain doesn't reach your soil, or the rain doesn't reach your silage. So that is now the plastic is one to use, but if you make it another way, chopping or even transportation. But if you use the right machine actually for chopping, for example this one, this is just a combined harvester, which just at the same time it cuts and then again it processes it, which means it's like chopping it into small particles, which can easily be eaten, as I told you, which can easily be eaten by the cows or by the animals. So after all the compressing now has been done, so you can now see here this actually now like the final touch or something. Now there at least you need a machine which is again not too heavy. So you can see here the bigger machine came and pressed. Actually first of all we had a small machine which pressed it at the start. Then we had again the one which is the bigger machine which actually weighs around 16 tons. That is the machine which is actually used for compressing here, around 16 tons, and which actually compresses it completely. Then you can see here now it has almost reached, so we have to see if it's fine enough or hard enough to see that there is no air actually escaping, to say okay, like to see that there is no air now inside. Because now how we do all this, you can now see there's a green part, then the other part is a little bit brown or something, which is showing like there is the corn which is too dry, and then that there is a corn which is not very dry. So now the science here is the one which is a little bit dry, not too dry, has to be put on top at the end, almost when you are finishing the whole process of compressing and like the final compressing. So here this green one, now what we do, you put it on top, and the green one also helps. It can actually help you to seal the one which was done, which was a little bit dry, because you know when it's too dry, it cannot be compressed very well. Just it acts like a mattress. Actually, it's like a mattress, because you know mattress, even if you press like this, the air will keep on coming back. So that is how the one which is, if you are harvesting like corn, like late or something, but it just comes from if the one which is again too wet, because that is it. However, there are some farmers who don't consider like the one which is mature, but the mature corn also helps so much. Just why people don't like doing it like the mature like late age or late month, like when it is in its last month or when it is too old. Just I think the problem is the problem is just because it is very hard to compress. It can easily retain air inside. So that's the main reason why we put the wet one up. So this wet one now it's going to seal the whole the silage. Then after putting the wet one, so you can now see there the final leveling has just now been done. So the whole thing is now ready to be covered. So now you can see here how uniform it looks like. So even you can see those previous ones, those are the ones which you made some times back. Then this one is the one which we've just made today. So just imagine, see how big it is. So here I don't think your cows are going to go maybe like are going to become hungry. Okay, like I don't think you're going to run short of actually of food. But the other thing is what you should consider is when you're constructing such silages, when you are deciding there's one thing you always have to consider. You look at the size of your field. That's if you don't want to make the one which is too big. But if you know you have got several fields or you have got bigger fields, then you are going to need a bigger silage. But the secret behind the silage, making these silos is one. A silo, it doesn't matter how many meters you have, just depending. It depends on your the number of cows you have, and then yeah, those are just the main things what we always consider actually. But on the other hand, now when you look here in the last now we're almost finishing. After now everything was compressed, and then we put the wet one up. So now finally here we have put the black plastic up. Actually the first one before black we had to put the one which is transparent, which is down just for security, just to protect it enough. And then this is now the final stage. So you can now see everything has now been stuck. Now your cows are ready to start feasting out. But again, what you should know is it comes after at least you can start using it after 3 to 4 weeks, because at least there it would have fermented very well. Then you are ready to start feeding your cows on it. So guys, we have now come to the end of our process for making the silage. Please, if you are new to this, please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share and turn on your notification bells on, so that if I drop in case I drop any video, you are able to be you are the first person to be notified, and then you don't miss on any video, because this channel is here to stay, and it's here to give you more. Actually even I'm going to be making a lot of videos which I'm going to drop here, so don't forget to turn on your notification bells. And I thank you so much. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for watching this video. May Almighty bless you.